Hi, I'm Salma, and today I'm going to teach you how to make mini banana chocolate chip muffins. These are a hit in the house with the kids and with me and my husband, so let's get started with the ingredients. First, you're going to need 3.5 to 4 ripe bananas, and these are ripe bananas that I've already mushed. And then we'll need a 1/3 cup of melted butter, 1 egg that's been slightly whisked. Then you'll need 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of white sugar. But you can adjust the sugar to what you like if that's too sweet for you. And then chocolate chips, which we always need in our baking because my son loves chocolate chips. A 1/3 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then I like to add a 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour. And then the rest of the flour I use all-purpose, and this is 1 1/4 cup. So to get started, grab your bananas that you've already mushed, and then you're going to add in your 1/3 cup of butter. So instead of oil, I use butter in this recipe. And then 1 egg that has already been whisked a little bit. Then we add in our sugar. That's 1/2 cup of white sugar, and then this is 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Now usually I like to use the dark brown sugar, but when I checked last night, the dark brown sugar was hard, and I forgot to put a piece of bread in it, which will soften it overnight. So instead, we're using light brown sugar, so I hope that that'll work just as well. Now just use a spatula to mix up your ingredients here and to get them combined. If you look at this a little bit closely, there'll be lots of chunks in it. There's chunks of banana, and that's okay. It's what's gonna make the muffins taste really good. So then once you've done that, you can put this aside, and then we're gonna get the dry ingredients. And for the dry ingredients, I like to use a whisk to put it together. So here is the 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. And then this is my 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour, which I like to think makes it a little bit healthier. And then we have our 1/3 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and we'll just get that all combined. So just whisk it together. Okay, so we don't need the chocolate chips yet. We're gonna save that for the end. We saved the best for last, of course. So let's get these bowls out of the way. And then what you want to do is you want to add your dry ingredients into your wet ingredients. So there we go. Just pour it in. Try not to make a mess, which I usually do. Ask my husband. He thinks I'm a very messy cook. So again, we're not going to use a mixer. We are just going to use a spatula, mix it together, and again, just mix it until it's combined. Over mixing it will make the muffins very heavy, and they'll make them dry. So once that's done, you can add your 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. What I like to do actually is because I like to give some to my parents, and my mom doesn't like chocolate chips in her muffins. So what I do is I'll take out a little bit of the batter. So these will just be plain banana muffins, and they taste just as good without the chocolate chips. They're still really delicious. So let's put a little bit of batter in here for the plain muffins, and then you can add the chocolate chips into the rest. And then you can fold them in, which is a fancy term that I learned. When you're putting in chocolate chips or nuts or fruit, you can just fold them into the batter. Alright, so now that looks ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my tray. So I'm going to make mini muffin tins because for the kids it's a lot more fun to eat mini muffins. They're also easy to freeze. You can just, once they're cooked, you can put them in a little Ziploc bag, stick them in the freezer for, another day. So I would grab, and the muffin tins, you don't want to fill them all the way to the top because when they cook, they're going to expand and then they'll go over. So I would fill it about 2/3 of the way full. So And these are actually pre-greased already. If you don't want to grease them, or if you want to make them look a little bit more festive, what I like to use sometimes are these little muffin tin liners. So there you go, you could use these as well. And when I have the kids helping me cook, I actually use those because it gives them a way to participate in the baking. So something that I like to give them to do is put the muffin liners in, and then also I let them add a little chocolate chip on top, so they feel like they've participated and that they made these muffins. So I'm gonna fill these up, and then we'll get ready to put them in the oven. Well, there you have it. Through the magic of editing, we have our finished mini banana chocolate chip muffins, and it smells delicious in here. I can't wait to try them. I baked these in a preheated oven. It was preheated at 350 degrees, and you'll want to bake the mini muffins for between 12 to 15 minutes. At around 10 minutes, I would check with a toothpick in the center to make sure they're done. I actually used a skewer because I have a tendency to burn myself when I use toothpicks, so either of those things work. This made 24 mini muffins, and I still have 6 large muffins in the oven, so you can see that it makes quite a lot. And so that's it. There you have it. These go excellent with a glass of milk. So I'm going to try some. I hope you try this recipe, and I hope they work out well for you. Cheers.